So, what inspired this one then? Really, just one of the usual conversations I get, or I have, with a bunch of lads in the pub, like to eat a beer, you know. Don't get to do it very often because I'm always here, but when I do, you get asked all the questions. How are your batteries, Kev? All this sort of stuff. Yeah, great, you know. Or what about this one that recharges itself and all that? And I say, regenerates, self-regenerate. Oh yeah, okay, so that's it. Yeah, you'll see it when it's ready. What does that mean? Well, that means when I feel that it's at a level that I'm happy with, i.e. it's giving the correct amount of power that I want it to give, and it's 100%. And if it doesn't tick all of those boxes, then it will go on the back burner or on the shelf for a while. If I got to the stage where I felt that it was never going to be any good as a project or work, then I'll bin it. So obviously, you know, other conversations, and they've seen me make batteries out of just about anything you could think of, really. I mean, I've bought hundreds of items off the supermarket shelves and made batteries from them. Some are in my videos. You know, I've tried everything. Head and Shoulders shampoo, charcoal face pack for women, and shower gel, sunblock, just anything. Vitamin tablets. I made batteries out of vitamin tablets. A really good one is that stuff. Fantastic results, lots and lots of current. Good stuff. Radox for the bath and all sorts of things. So, what really gets my goat and makes me seething mad are a certain bunch of people that don't appreciate what's around them. You know, further on into this conversation, I said something like, do you realise what God has given us in the form of nature, and what nature gives us and provides for us every single day? That is until we, man, messes it up completely. And we're getting there slowly but surely. I hope it never happens, but anyway, you've got two groups of people now. The one group is looking intently and intelligently and listening, and you've got the other group I was going to say Neanderthals, but I best not. Well, I just did. Anyway, I'd sort of say I'll be back. Well, I did actually. I said I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm going to show you something about nature. So they're looking like this, and the other group's looking like this. Anyway, I went away, come here, got a meter, couple of bits, and went back and did a little demonstration as to what nature can provide for us. You know, that's all it was. A couple of leaves, you know, a weed or whatever that is, and that was that. And I made a battery out of it. That's what this is all about. You know, just what a wonderful thing nature is. I live in awe of nature, and I love everything that it can give us and provide to us. I know sometimes we fiddle about with nature and make something else, you know. that's just what we do. But I just wanted to show you this one, and sort of explain what happened and what this is. So what I'll do is I'll put the camera just a little bit closer so you can see it. Now, in all honesty, this has been sat there for about an hour or so, so that leaf is it's quite dry. Well, I suppose they all are. Well, that one isn't, but so this is what I did. I said to one guy, "What's that?" And he said, "Oh, it's carbon fibre." Yeah, okay. So I said, "Get that man a pint. I'm not paying for it." I said to another guy, "What's that?" He said, "Well, it's a piece of metal. It looks like aluminium to me." I said, "Yep, fairly close. Get that man a pint. I'm not paying for it." And of course, I then said to the group, if you like, "What's that?" And one of the others, the other people, not the intelligent ones, said, "Well, it's a leaf, innit, you know." Yeah, okay. So there we go. So what I did was exactly what I've done here. There's no trickery. You know, if you don't believe it, come and pick a leaf. Simple, innit? So there we go. And we got from that 1.77 volts. Look, there's the voltage. 1.77 volts from a leaf. There's no trickery. There's no electrolyte on it. There's nothing on it. That's it. What you see there is I've just broken a piece of that off. In fact, why don't I just do that again? Now this one, it looks like it's been forming, or it's been doing something. Quite what it is, I don't know. And that piece, we've got 1.4 something volts. But that, I mean, this one is doubled over, so whether that's got anything to do with it, I mean, I can almost see through that now. So something has happened, some formation has gone on there. So yeah. Now you just see me break a piece. It's not bone dry, but I mean, there's nothing on it. It's just a piece of leaf. That's it. I'll put that one back. Put that back where it was, and go again. And there it is. Now that piece, the voltage is not dropping at all. In fact, it's going up, look, what it's trying to. So that's that. Now, does this humble leaf supply current? There's the current meter. It's on the 200 milliamp scale. I'll just leave it there. I'm not expecting too much, obviously. And we'll have a little look. Now this is my carbon fibre weave, isn't it? My nano wires. There you go. That's on the 200 milliamp scale, look. And it's holding. So I'm guessing you could call this my leaf battery. It's going up. It's just a leaf, folks, honestly. It is just a leaf that I've picked off the tree an hour ago. And oh dear. Yeah, so and that's just a piece of magnesium, you know. I mean, it was a fresh piece of magnesium as well. It hasn't been used in salt or for anything else. Hasn't been in any electrolyte. It's a bit dark, but I mean, I've scratched it up because it's sat there, it's sat around, you know. You know, another one. Let's just try a piece of this one. Look. Now that was a perfect leaf, as you saw. I mean, I you know, I haven't tried that one at all. So okay, so we'll try the volts first. See if it's got any volts. 1.6 volts. should I open my mouth and say, or dare to say, it's going up? Does it supply current? Don't know. The answer is yes, it does. So there you go. So really, from a conversation in the pub with a group of lads, and me just wanting to show them what nature is and what it gives us and what it provides for us, you know. That's all it was. So it's official. My Leaf battery, just a humble Leaf. I was going to go through this weed as well, but I can't be bothered. It's, you know, you just seen it, that's it. I don't need to say or do anymore, do I? So that's that. I'm just going to put this camera back, because one of the other things, or one of the other questions that was asked of me was, why don't you make a rechargeable battery? And I've had this question several times before, because I don't want to. I have actually made one. I made a solid state one, I think it was in one of the videos. That was rechargeable, but you know, not a serious attempt for it to be rechargeable. It was an attempt at making a regenerating cell. So again, the question, why don't you? Well, I'm not in that game. I'm not on that side of it. You know, I've got my works here and everyone else is doing that. I've always known I could if I wanted to. It's all out there, all the technologies are there for you to play with. But what got me was one of the others said, oh well, maybe it's because you can't. Now the worst thing anyone can say to me is that I can't do it. I'm not talking about on the level of you're not allowed to do it, you know. I've always sort of done my best to keep on the right side of, you know, all of the rules and regulations, if you like, you know, including the law and anything else. I've always done the best. I've never gone out to sort of do anybody down intentionally or do anything like that. So what I mean is, when they say you can't, or what he meant was, perhaps you're not capable. Well, this is going to have to be another video, this bit. A while back, I'm talking about a week ago, I think, I bought something on eBay that I fully intended to one day use in capacitors or possibly batteries. So obviously now I've got the bit between my teeth and I'm thinking, okay, I'll make a battery then, a rechargeable battery. And I took this material and I took some graphene and it's there. Now that was in the stirrer for about 5-6 hours, or on the stirrer I should say, and that's the material that I've produced for this battery. Now I guess that for it to be serious and for it to be worthwhile, I struggle with words. I know what I've got up there, but my vocabulary isn't, you know, as good as other people. But I get there eventually. So I've decided to do this. Now, obviously, having looked at Robert Murray Smith's video, recent video, a couple of days ago I think, he did a little 1 centimetre cell, and I've done the same with this material. And here it is. a little preview, if you like. It's very thin, and there's 1 centimetre of material on it, and that's on aluminium. And there's my copper strip, and there's my little separator. So what I'm going to do in the next video, because it needs to be all on its own, that one, but I'm going to show that one. Now this isn't to be what's the word, I can't think of the word, in competition with anyone, you know, like Robert, because this is a completely different animal anyway. He used graphitic carbon nitride, which is something I've been studying for months now, amongst all of the other things I've been studying, all of the other papers. I was looking at graphitic carbon nitride because I'd been looking, I'll look at anything to do with power, solar cells, yeah. And the word there is chlorophyll. You know, just one of the papers. Well, I've got several papers on chlorophyll and stuff like that. Graphitic carbon nitride, nanocomposites. That's why I was looking at graphitic carbon nitrides. I was studying it with a view to, well, looking at nanocomposites, PN junction semiconductors, particularly what are they called? The PN junction across Schottky diodes and stuff like that. So I've been studying carbon nitrides, and then of course Robert Murray Smith did that, what they called a phase 3 battery, and I'm like, I couldn't believe it. Not in the sense that I couldn't believe he's done it, in the sense that I don't know how right they've got that cell yet, that battery. But I do know one thing. If they do get, I'll say they, because they are a group, aren't they? It's not just Robert Murray Smith, according to his latest video yesterday, where he's shown us all the other lads, you know, which we've only ever seen one before. So that's great, you know. If they've got that right, I'll tell you what, you know, when I saw it, I thought, I looked at Robert Murray Smith and I thought, you clever young man, you. It is clever, and if they get it right, it's a game changer. I'll tell you now, I've got to say that it's a game changer, because when you look at some of the other things that you said in the past about graphite running out and stuff like that, and magnesium, which I use a lot, will never run out. You know, for future generations, I won't see it, but I'll never see graphite run out, but it will run out one day, and there's got to be other compounds that people, you know, are going to look to and can use, and carbon nitrides are one of those compounds. But yeah, this is not carbon nitride. I will say at the end of the video what it is. It's something that up there, you know, I'm thinking to myself, how do I achieve this surface area? How do I achieve nanotubes, if you like? Don't want to give too much away right in this one. How can I put it? I took nanotubes from nature, let's put it that way. They were already there. I didn't have to produce them, like a carbon nanotube, you know, or a graphene or graphite nanotube, you know. I took them from nature and they're in there. So some of you will automatically now know what it is, or think they know, and others won't. So for the others that don't, in the next video when I show this battery, you'll get to know anyway. So that's it. I only meant for this one to be a 5-minute video, but obviously it's not, is it? But interesting, you know. Yeah, talk about nature and stuff. Fascinates me. I mean, some of this stuff here, look, these are just some of the papers that I've been reading. If I were to bring in all of the papers that I'm reading, they would be stacked from the floor to there. Trust me. Yeah. Like I say, GC3N4, carbon nitrides, chlorophylls. Yeah, chlorophyll. That was born out of looking at plants and stuff like that. I was looking at again, you know, something that gives you power. What they call again, and things you stick on your roof, solar panels. Yeah, and alternatives, you know. You look at one thing, leads to another, to another, to another, and you know, you get to chlorophyll. Now I was looking at, I've got to say, I was looking at seaweed before I saw the Robert Murray Smith video on a seaweed battery. And the reason I was looking at seaweed at the time was because in my head I thought, the likes of that sits here in 1 bar of pressure with plenty of light, and it photosynthesizes, doesn't it? You know, it turns one thing into another for us, so we can go every day. So I was looking at seaweed because in my head I thought, okay, that lives up here with us, and seaweed's down there. No, I don't think for 1 minute the pressure's got anything to do with it, but it sits there at 2 bar or possibly 3 bar, and kind of does the same thing. But compared to that, it must really struggle, you know, because it's underwater, so it has to fight harder. So is it better? That's where, you know, my studies with seaweed were, and my reasoning, my train of thought. And of course Robert Murray Smith came up with this seaweed battery then, didn't he? And no separator and all the rest of it. Well, I'm off and on, I'm down the beach and seaweed, cooking it, carbonising it and all the rest of it, and I'm glad I did, because it's wonderful stuff. So that's that bit. I mean, others, you know. Oh, graphene nanotube hybrid benefits, flexible solar cells. Trying not to bore you, sorry. Nanostructured lithium silicon rechargeable battery, high specific energy. What we got? Anti-corrosive magnesium hydroxide coating, AZ31 magnesium, silicon sheets by redox assisted chemical exfoliation, silicon nanotube battery anodes. All of this is relevant to everything I'm doing. Carbon nanotubes, obviously, boron trifluoride, another one, boron itself, acetonitrile, reactivity series. That's, I found that one taxing, but I got there. Dielectrophoresis, yeah. Polyaniline synthesis properties and application. Compound of carbon containing nitrogen. Alginates, that's, you know, a lot on alginates with seaweed, obviously. Alginate again. Extraction of alginates. Various methods. Oh yeah, carbon nitrides. Obviously, I saw Robert's video, and he mentioned about heating urea to 500 degrees C. There are quite a few trains of thought on this one. You know, some say that the window is between 400 and 600 degrees. Others say 500 and 600 degrees. I think that's why Robert said that he said 550 degrees, which is a good average. You know, it's a small window, but also it's been done at 200 degrees as well. It's also been done, I think, room temperature. What was that with now? It will come to me in a minute. Anyway, seaweed polymer can improve battery storage, we know that. Polymer extracted may improve battery performance, yeah, we know that. Alginic acid, sodium alginate, yeah, okay. Tetrahydrofuran, polyvinylidene fluoride, polyaniline nanofibers, methyl N, yeah, methyl 2 pyrrolidine, yeah, okay. Pyrrolidine again. Polaxima 407, yeah, conductive polymers. Oh, naming organic compounds, alkanes. Yeah, I found that one taxing because I'm not a chemist, so I'm just an average Joe, you know, so it's hard for me. Acetic acid, benzoic acid, ethyl acetate, benzyl alcohol, electrolyte for magnesium battery, sodium sulfate, you know, and carboxymethyl cellulose, that as well. And binders, of course, you know, all sorts of stuff. So the amount of papers I've actually got would seriously just stack up to there from the floor. So I'm doing a lot of reading and stuff. I wish I could remember that one for the urea room temperature now. I made some notes somewhere, I don't know where they are. 2 seconds. Yeah, as I say, I've made a couple of notes on the subject in case I got to talk about it, which I have. What else was I looking at? Hydrogen fuel cells is another one. I'm looking at so many different things at the moment, and this is why I've got so much to show as regards batteries as well, and I can't get around to doing it because you can't do everything. I'm studying all of this lot, and you know, you do your tests on the bench and you get, you know, 9 failures and one good bit. So sometimes you get 5 good bits and 5 failures, but you know, it's the way it goes. Yeah, this carbon nitride, yeah, oh yeah, that was the other one. Obviously, melamine, uric acid, in the presence of, what did Robert say? Oh, charcoal briquettes, wasn't it? Yeah, but you can also do it apparently in the presence of alumina. Now, the other one is at room temperature, by electrode deposition. In a solution with acetone and cyanuric trichloride, you know. So yeah, this goes on and on. I mean, there's lots and lots of papers on the subject. Yeah, so I'm studying fuel cells and all this sort of stuff, and that's really what got me onto that stuff. There's something else I was going to say and I can't remember what it was. Yeah, doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, graphitic carbon nitrides. Wonderful. The structure is something else, and I can see why Robert Murray Smith has made a battery with it. that phase 3 battery, and I said it earlier on, I've got to say it again. If they've got that one right, game changer. So I'm hoping that I haven't done too much of that again, and some of this has been interesting. I don't know at what level people sort of switch my videos off. I don't know, but this is the new format, isn't it? Me, video, and all that. So I'll speak to you when we do that one. 1 centimetre. To be honest, I only made this stuff last night, and I only tested that this morning. So I've only tried it once, and I got, I think it was almost 1.7 volts, and it ran the motor. And I just picked up, the first electrolyte that was the nearest one, and just a little spot, and it worked. So, you'll see that in the next video. Bye for now. I've had to just come back to this because of something that's just happened on the bench, but with this Leaf, and it's quite significant actually, I think. And I've just read this, or one of the papers on chlorophyll again, and I'll just read a little bit to you first, only a bit, and then show you something. So where are we? Because a bit on the structures and separate into 2 groups, A and B, solvents, acetone, methanol. Okay. The function of the reaction centre of chlorophyll is to absorb light energy and transfer it to other parts of the photosystem. The absorbed energy of the photon is transferred to an electron in a process called charge separation. The removal of the electron from the chlorophyll is an oxidization reaction. The chlorophyll donates the high energy electron to a series of molecular intermediates called an electron transport chain. The charge reaction center of the chlorophyll, and then it gives P680 plus, is then reduced back to its ground state by accepting an electron stripped from water. The electron that reduces the P680 plus ultimately comes from the oxidization of water into oxygen and hydrogen plus through several intermediates. This reaction is how photosynthetic organisms such as plants produce O2 gas, the source for practically all of the O2 in the Earth's atmosphere. So, yeah, brilliant. I'm going to study this more because there's another bit. It's a chlorophyll is a chlorine pigment which structurally is similar to and produced through the same metabolic pathway as other porphyrin pigments such as heme, or I don't know how you say that, but at the centre of the chlorine ring is a magnesium ion. Well, how about that then? It's just amazing. I'm going to study all of the papers I've got now because of this. Really, this has fascinated me now. I'm just fascinated by it. I mean, I know I quickly did it for the lads in the pub, just to do it. But I've just checked this out again now. I'm going to show you what I mean by it. But I'm definitely going to do some more studying on this now. It's got me going, it's got me going, this has now. Oh, I don't know if Robert Murray Smith's even going to watch this or get this far in the video, but Robert, do you think we could get some sort of a royalty thing going? Because I seem to keep playing all of your records. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to just show you now. I'm going to move the camera closer again and just show you what I mean, what's gone on. Now, I did of course say earlier on that was the original piece of Leaf. It's definitely formed into something else. Oh, there it is again, look. Because there's the piece that is still kind of as it was, plucked from the tree. There's the piece that was on there, and then I tried this other piece, if you remember from the video, and it was, I think, 1.4 volts. So I, just before I, tied it up, I thought I'd just try it again, and we've now got 1.74 volts. Now that has definitely gone up, and you can see again that there's definitely some formation of some sort going on there. Now, as I say, that's a brand new piece of carbon fibre weave, my nano wires. That's a Leaf, and that is a new piece of magnesium. It might not look new, but it's just because it's been sat around in this place, and it's gone a bit dark. But that's it. It's never been anywhere near electrolytes or anything like that. It's a brand new piece of magnesium. I can assure you of that. Well, try this for yourselves. But 1.73 volts. Look, that is just incredible. So there's some formation going on there, and I need to understand it a bit more. Actually, I didn't try that one for current, did I? So there's the current. Can you see it? Yes, you can. And there we go. Only a little bit, but it's there, Now, if that goes up to 4, there is definitely something going on. See what I'm saying? This needs some investigation. I don't know where it's going to lead. I've got no idea. But it just needs investigating. It's fantastic. I just cannot believe it. So yeah, fascinating stuff, really. Now I need to get this this stuff washed and filtered and dried. This is my my mix, look, and it's not it hasn't got that lime yellow colour. It's definitely grey, sort of a pastel grey if you like. So it's not that, is it? I don't want any doubting Thomases thinking that I've gone that route, because I haven't. As I say, I'm going to explain exactly what that is. But this has just got me fascinated now. Now that would have gone down a little bit because I've just obviously drawn current from it, so there's a formation going on there, and I don't, I've got to admit I don't fully understand it yet, but I do intend to get to the bottom of it. So that was just another little bit on the end. Yeah. Okay.